Because of the closing, we only had 3 days to find a home inspector.
It's leaking from the attic, it's leaking from the roof.
Everything that he said was these kind of little things.
It's amazing. It's a small house and it's got a number of problems.
He really seemed like he knew what he was talking about.
Electrical, plumbing, incorrect venting, asbestos, mold.
You can't fix all that stuff, that's for sure.
Tony and Anna Maria, newlyweds, bought a house in the right neighborhood around their families. They looked at 60 houses approximately before buying this one.
We wanted to get something that was move-in ready. So we wanted something that was fully renovated, that we really didn't have to do too much to. We knew that we wanted something that had 3 bedrooms and that, we could see ourselves in here for about 5 years, 10 years down the line kind of thing. The moment we walked in, we immediately loved the aesthetics of the home. It looked beautiful, and we were really happy because it matched our taste, so it was fully updated.
We entertain in the back with a great space, great landscaping, fire pits. I invite our family, our nieces and nephews over to roast marshmallows, so we really love entertaining in the backyard.
We both work 2 hectic jobs, so coming into our home and relaxing and enjoying it is really important to us.
Did the right thing, hired a home inspector. He found a couple things, grading issues, minor things, told the homeowners, and they addressed them. I love to hear that.
Immediately said there's no water damage, there's no mold, which really made us really happy. And the thing that really stuck out to me was he was focusing on little things that Tony needed to fix. So he would say things like, you need to fix the connecting tube to the dishwasher so that it's out of the way.
He had noticed that the patio stone in the outside of the house was sloping into the home, so we redid that. We redid the patio to make sure that the grade was, the water wasn't pooling.
At the time, I felt really comfortable with what he suggested. I was really happy with the inspection, and I felt really happy because now we could move forward with our life and purchase the home.
After moving in, it didn't take too long to find out, oh, there was more problems. What's that? Freezing cold all of a sudden, really cold winter.
The couch is cold, you have to wear a blanket, and
your feet are freezing,
your nose is cold. And we thought, okay, well, there's definitely a bite in the air. Let's try to take that chill out and look for maybe an electric fireplace that we could use. We kept this little guy that we would take with us throughout the house. So if we were eating dinner, he'd be beside us when we were having dinner. If we were in the kitchen, we'd have the little fireplace there. In the bedroom, in my office, and definitely in the living room.
I purchased a thermometer and I went to all the different vents in the house and I placed it on top. And I noticed that different areas of the house had more heat coming out of it than others. So I went underneath the crawl space and started kind of just playing around with the dampeners and noticed that there were some duct registers that were rotted and had holes in them, so a significant amount of air was seeping through into the crawl space. The inspector didn't say anything about the ductwork in the crawl space because he was only in there for about a minute or so.
Here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to look through the house first. I'm going to see what I can find. Then I'm going to meet them this afternoon and ask them a ton of questions. Then I'm going to show them what I found and what I have to do to fix it. Now, my first visual, I see the grading's no good in the front. It's not terrible, but it's no good because it drives toward the front. I also notice, yes, the house is brick. Visually, I look right away and I see a beautiful angel stone product on the wall. Take a look across and we see that the front sill has been done, and more than likely that originally this is brick underneath it. It is brick underneath it. Okay. Now, something an inspector should have done is not pull that off, but take a picture of this and show it and say that, I got a feeling, and I'm right. I pulled it off because I'm going to fix it. I don't see really any deterioration here. Problem being is if you do it this way, and I'm talking about the stone itself, because the rock or the stone protrudes high in the middle, it's going to make an area at the back where water's going to accumulate, and will it get in? Now I know to look on the inside of this house to see whether or not I have a water issue from driving rain. This is west, and we get most of our rain from the west, and when it comes, it does this. I'm looking, I don't see any soffit venting whatsoever. There's none. So that means I don't have an air intake to get up into that attic zone and exhaust it out through the roof. What I do have is a gable vent right high up in the corner. One, it's not big enough. Two, that gable vent should be lower because we want to drive that cool air low, push the hot air up through the attic from the sun that gets into the attic. So I don't have soffit venting. I have a very small gable vent, which tells me more than likely moisture can build in that attic, possibly mold, and that's really simple. Hot meets cold, it starts to get wet on the underside of the sheathing, and then it starts to mold. Again, we see our stone. They did the top of the sill first, and then they did the face of the sill. You need to come up the wall and cap the top so it goes over top, so we don't have water penetrating at that point, because it's gonna get right into the foundation. This is a cinder block well with a concrete top, so somebody's actually formed this and did a concrete top. You can see what I'm talking about right there. The cinder block is not tied into the foundation, but it's deep enough, and more than likely it's not a problem. I don't see signs of major issues other than that crack in the corner right there. And that crack goes down into the ground, which tells me to go inside the house and look at this side of the window, because we're seeing the moisture issues rot on the right side and the crack. I'm going inside. This window, I see they cut out the structure. Always look across the street. Look at your neighbors. Okay, that's not original. That's not original, not original. Original. We see the house on the other side of the red van there, and you see the front window. That's 3 bays of window. This is a really big window, right? Really big. Now let's stand back. And that's dipped. That was 3 separate windows. You cut out those vertical supports, you weaken the structure, and I don't know what's up there. I can assume what's up there because I'm a builder. But at the time, it was designed that those windows were also part structural with 3 bayed windows. So when I see that dip down, I say, okay, we possibly have an issue. New countertop, new sink, new taps, new cabinets. They didn't actually plumb this correctly, but this is a TY. And this TY is facing in what direction? That direction. But I guess they thought, oh, I can make the water go that way and then this way. So it's going to continue to force going that way, which is, look, we see the water stains here. And that explains this, nice and clean here. So it's forcing the water so much that water's coming up and literally dripping out of here constantly. And that can be a hot water from the dishwasher. So that'll explain why this is doing it. It's not that it's leaking from the sink, it's being forced in the wrong direction. This TY needs to be this way. This line needs to be up and brought back in again. So, wrong. So they've done a new bathroom, new towels on the floor. Wow, I've seen everything. That's just plain stupid. I'm looking at the ABS trap, so it does this. The trap comes down, and then it goes up, and then it comes down, and then it comes across, and then it goes to the back. Which, by looking at it, means that's not a plumber. Okay. Isn't that funny? Why do we have 2 of these here? Because one of them's a ductwork, and one of them's an air return? Well, that's not smart. Hopefully this is just a space in the floor that someone made a mistake on, because if that's a return and this is forced air, it'd be really stupid because hot air is going to be coming out of here and be pulled back down in here. Did I see it in the report? No. I did not.
I saw the report on the asbestos, and I saw that we have it in the caulking.
This is for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know, have you ever seen it?
No, I was shocked when I saw it. I said, what do you mean it's in the caulking?
Now, it's not in the top layer of caulking, it's in the layer underneath.
Okay.
But it's if the caulking needs to be removed, you know, the question is, can we do it?
Right.
It's not up to the inspector to take a look at this and go, hey, it looks great. It's like, tell me about the function of the house. Does it work? Is the outside good? How's the grading? How's the foundation? How's the electrical? How's the plumbing? And so on. Okay, so I have a lead pipe, lead tie-in to the stack, which means they didn't replace that plumbing. No signs of moisture, eh? Like, I love this. No signs of moisture. None. No signs of moisture. Okay, that is completely rusted out. Why? It's had so much water, and it's got a rusted hole right through it. Once again, No signs of moisture? It's raining like crazy. We know the east trough sucks. We know it's wrong. Look at the downspout. Look at it bleeding out of the top corner of the downspout. And you gotta see this, because that's actually an open downspout that goes down to the bottom, and nothing's coming out of the bottom. Nothing. It's actually gonna bleed out by the foundation. You can see how wet the wall is, meaning it's going towards the foundation and not away from the house. You can see the water actually cascading over top of the east trough and coming down. It's just the whole thing, and it's coming in behind the fascia, which is not good at all. Again, the carport, it's just a carport, but it's just coming down, and you can see the water just dripping over. This is not working whatsoever. It's very clear, right? There should be no water here. It should be picked up by this downspout by a proper east trough. Look at it coming over the roof now. It's raining heavy now. All I need now, honestly, is a leaky roof. That's all I need now. Oh, well, look at that. I have a leak. I have 2 leaks. And I have mold on the south side and the north side. I have 2 leaks on the rafters right approximately here. It has created a drip line in the insulation of approximately 6 feet, meaning it is leaking up on the rafter. It's coming in and dripping, and then it's running down the rafter, and because it's running down the rafter, it's continuously dripping, causing this line in the insulation. I have one beside the other. I see a lot of mold on the south side. I see a lot of mold and black on the north side. I can't wait to actually meet these people. Really can't wait. This is interesting. Let's start out here. You guys already know about your east troughs overflowing and everything. I don't know if you know about your back downspout that is just bursting out of the seam there because it's completely clogged. And it's clogged so much that you see, if you take a look, you're gonna see a little piece of green growing out of your back downspout.
Wow.
Now, original to your home was brick all the way down to the foundation, but they did an angel stone right across the front. You like the stone?
Yeah, we liked it.
Did you? Okay, it's installed wrong. If you notice, the sill has been covered first with the angel stone, then it's faced in front of it, so it actually comes to here where it's supposed to do this. So if you look at possibilities of water, see the channel in front of the window of water getting in? Well, it is, because I've had evidence of it inside to show that it is coming in. Your home inspector said no signs of moisture. The attic there was no signs of wet nails, no darkness, no mold, no leaks, no moisture, right? Throughout your whole house, I found moisture.
Mike identified immediately that there was water damage, and that was one thing that the inspector never said that we had.
No signs of moisture
No
at
signs
all.
of moisture, no signs of water damage. And that really made us feel safe and secure in the home.
We're gonna look into, because something tells me I'm gonna be doing a lot in making your house watertight from the outside, because it's not. It's leaking from the roof on all your brand new insulation. You know you have mold in your attic, and a lot of it. Okay, the attic's the attic. It's a different zone. You're not living in it. So it's not like it's in your bedroom and it's in your face and you're breathing it in. You're actually inside your house is clean. You do have asbestos, but it's not inside your house. This is the first time I've ever seen it on the outside in the caulking. And it's under the last layer of wherever put caulking up. The caulking actually has asbestos. Did he say that the grading on the front lawn was good? Because it says in the report it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, come over here for a sec, just for over here. We're gonna look this way. What do you see?
Seems like it's sloping towards the
It's
house.
sloping towards your house. That we don't want. He didn't point that out, right?
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
he didn't point out that maybe that all this soffit here, not only is it not vented in your house, and the only venting you have is a gable vent, which is not big enough and in the wrong spot, all this soffit is vertical siding. It's not proper soffit. This is. So all that's wrong. And I'll tell you right now, it all has to be replaced.
Wow.
Did he tell you that the fascia all over your house is on an angle and not straight? That angle is crucial to be straight. Why?
So the water can actually fall into it and
So
then
the
drain
east
properly.
trough can sit perfectly on it and the water can go into it rather than cascading over it.
No mention of the east troughs. You know, learning from this all from Mike, I'm embarrassed, I'm upset, and I'm really disappointed in the inspection.
Minor electrical problems, lots of plumbing problems, not in the report. Okay, again, I'm looking going, how doesn't he see this? So let me take you inside and show you what I found inside. After you. Let's go into the kitchen. New cabinets, new countertop, stove, obviously, came with the house fridge.
Looked great.
Yeah.
Okay, under your sink, did he look at that?
Other than telling us to put a zip tie, which I did, he said it was really, really good.
He's wrong. That zip tie is your drain from the dishwasher. That is required to come up high, come across the back, and then go down into the drain. Now take a look at that drain. Does that look right to you? This is a TY. This is where your drain comes in your dishwasher. What direction is that pushing it? To your left.
Right.
Where's the drain? To your right.
To the right.
They got it the wrong way. The dishwasher actually has a pump, and it's going to pump that water right into the ABS drain. Because it's in the wrong direction, it's actually going to force it right back up in the sink. Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't seen it come out of the sink.
That's why
I have seen it come up.
when we do the dishes, as soon as we let one flood, it goes immediately to the next in terms of the soap and the water.
It just seems like all the kind of basic things that an inspector would tell you about, he overlooked and focused on these kind of unnecessary things, like tying up the dishwasher tube.
Look at the window. Can you see a sag in the top? Just a slight sag. Can you see that?
In the middle, kind
In the
of.
middle, yeah.
Okay. At one time, you had one window, one window, one window. So 3 windows. So when some guys back then said, oh, no problem, you want new windows, they cut those out, cut them out, and put in a big window. Is the structure good enough to hold it above the window? It's the question. This glass is not. What I'm gonna have to do is not only check your HVAC, new fascia, new soffit, plumbing, venting, asbestos, mold, regrade your front lawn. I haven't even really opened up your basement yet. Do you have any questions before I leave?
I don't even know where to begin. I'm just shocked. Well, I mean, I feel like my original inspection was a joke. I mean, he didn't identify any of the things that Mike brought up, and it was obviously rushed, and he really didn't spend the time to really tell us what's wrong with this house.
We're gonna do a thorough, more of an investigation before I make the call of gutting it, but let's be prepared to open this baby up.
Okay. Well, it's our first day here. We have Northwood and Express Rooter coming in right away to start their work. Plus my guys following the puck. Here we go again.
Hey, Damon, I want to show you something that I actually discovered here.
Obviously not a good thing.
Not a good thing, to be
You
honest.
never show me good things.
I don't give you the good news, but I give you the straight facts. My #1 issue is obviously a cast iron stack, which has clear visible signs of leaks. I do not have a clean out that's accessible. I have one that's actually buried in concrete.
Okay.
I'm going to cut this piece out.
Yeah.
And I want to put a clean out. Because at
wanna
this
bring
moment,
it up.
yeah, at this moment,
Okay.
I do not have access to the drain for any inspection or maintenance purposes.
Right.
But my biggest concern is this. Those are the 2 galvanized end caps on a copper line. One is actually presently leaking. I do want to take care of those immediately because, again, this is wet. And the only thing that's holding it in place is just the rust.
Interesting. So they were about, what, a few days away from a flood here?
I've seen those go, honestly.
Yeah.
And the scene is not pretty.
No kidding. Good find, man. Good find. So we know we have a run here. We know that's a feed.
Yeah.
But this almost feels like a pull to me. I'm wondering if this is an actual
Return?
return.
I have a snake camera. We can stick it down and see where it leads.
You want to just see if it's panned at some point? Because that could just be a pull from a gap in the drywall somewhere that's pulling from the basement. What was that? Am I just seeing wood?
Yeah, that's wood, so
that's
it's
wood.
probably...
I don't really see anything there, Bear. I think we should take a look downstairs just to make sure, just where that runs
See
going.
where it is?
Yeah. So, Gare, I was just thinking, you're gonna have to get into this ceiling anyway. You're not gonna want to leave these boots in, are you? 'Cause these are the old style boots.
Those are the old style boots. The one at the far end's close to the window.
Which is
It's good.
fine, yeah.
This one's middle of the room. Preferably by this window would be better.
Well, I think we should move it, bud. I really do. Which means I gotta open up part of the ceiling.
Actually, Damon,
Yeah?
you gotta take the ceiling down for me.
Why is that, bud?
Well, again, some improper installation.
Oh, yeah.
To me, this looks like some type of automotive grommet.
Is that ever funny? There's no clamp inside holding the wire
There's
together.
nothing holding the wire, right? So
Okay,
you
well,
shouldn't be able to do that.
it looks like I'm gonna be helping both of you guys by doing this anyway. So why don't I just drop the ceiling? It's just the ceiling. So obviously a home inspector cannot tear down walls and ceilings to look for problems. But there was enough signs for him to suggest that there might be hidden issues that should be investigated.
tell me about, because I have never heard of asbestos in caulking.
They used it as a mixture compound. Basically, an asbestos type 1 procedure is what we're doing here. You can remove the asbestos in the caulking. The caulking was mixed because it was a good, again, another insulent or fireproofing method they could use around the windowsills.
That's logical. So what do we have to do to take it down? I see they're in the suits. You said it was type 1.
All you have to really do is lay a drop sheet. Keep your distance if you're not part of the removal. You do suit it up. You only have to wear half face. See, when asbestos caulking, it's non-friable. Non-friable means it can't spread that easy.
Not powdered?
Exactly.
Is this like the vinyl tiles, same thing?
Exactly.
The guys from Caliber are also doing a level 1 abatement in the attic, which means they'll grind off all that mold, wipe it down, then encapsulate the entire attic, which actually seals all of the wood to prevent further mold.
We're replacing the front window as well as all the basement windows because of the amount of heat loss that they allow. So Mike asked me to open up the wall above to see if we need to repair any structure. What it looks like to me at this point is that there isn't a beam. Now, there's got to be something there. Do we have brick over top? No, that's siding above it. They have to have some kind of framing there. What I want to do is I want to open this up. At first, when I first saw it, it looked like a proper beam. It looked like probably a 2x10 spanning right across. But as I got to the corner, it revealed that that piece is only about 1 inch thick, which means it's just a cladding board. So what's behind that, I don't know. I have to open this up a little more. Am I worried? Absolutely, we have a bow in the window. So this is the galvanized piece that I removed, and we can see the amount of rust and buildup that has accumulated. And there's also a tremendous amount of actually rust building inside. Now imagine if we didn't have all this rust accumulation, this line would burst long, long time ago. Every time I do home inspection, I look for galvanized pieces because they are the weak links in the plumbing system, especially in the water lines. And the galvanized pipes, they need to be replaced.
So visually, we can easily see that it looked like there was a dip in the window, and that's why I should open up. Let's take a look at the structure. Right. So what is actually happening here is you have a 1x, it looks like a 1x8 right here. Yeah. It's just a filler strip. This is just to fill it so when they did the drywall plus their plaster, because we can tell by the thickness, drywall plus their plaster, it was just a filler strip. We come over, we can easily see the beam. Now, yes, they shimmed it up. Yes, we have enough load that steps over because we want about 3 inches based on this beam of continuous structure. What's happened is this window was never really attached.
In the middle.
So over the years, because it's so big, it started to dip down, but the ceiling didn't crack, which means the beam's fine. It's the window.
Okay.
When we talk with Dominic, what I'd like to do is pull out the framing.
Okay.
Okay, if he wants new framing, that's fine.
Yeah.
You put a new framing, let's do a new window, and let's do it so we have a big one in the center, 2 side ones with nice casement opening, whatever he thinks is really good.
Okay.
That way you have the choice of opening the window this way or this way and grabbing the draft in whatever direction it's going.
What do you want to do about grade at that point then?
I don't want to lower the window. What I do want to do is like scrape that down. You can tell from this point to the sidewalk, we have enough drop.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a small house and it's got a number of problems.
Of course.
What do we have in here? Are you standing on a high spot?
You know,
I'm standing in a hole. There, you stand right here.
Was coming.
You stand right here. You stand right there. I'm gonna stand right here.
I knew it. See, look at that.
See? All right, that's much better. Why you're so hot in the summer and so cold in the winter? That's simply because you have holes galore in your ductwork. In the crawl space, holes galore. And it's not like a big punched hole like this, it's just really sloppy pleat work, really sloppy joints where your boot comes into the main trunk. They call it a boot that comes off. This is all gonna be repaired. Okay, you've taken the ceiling down, what do we see?
I see bad pot lights, I see no grommets, I see no heat run in front of the window.
Okay, I'll explain the heat run in front of the window. This one's old?
Yeah.
It's totally fine. We did have 2, right?
Yeah.
Now, was that a return? You know, you're starting to think. You follow this path down, what do you see?
See air returns.
Which means that somebody cut this hole first, went, oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut this hole. That was done years ago.
Yeah.
But for all the years that followed from the renovations, they just kept cutting the floor to put it in thinking it's something. Something's there. Right? The only thing it's going to do is like, honey, grab me a beer. We look up, what do we see? We see the block. Okay. Was there any insulation at the end of this?
No.
You pulled the ceiling down. Okay. Because there's no insulation in the end, we're getting that cold draw in, especially from there. We're getting that cold draw. Now we got the heat inside the house that's getting up there and escaping easily through the drywall, creating condensation in this area.
There's enough problems in this basement that we decided to just gut the whole thing. That means we can insulate all the exterior walls, and it'll make it a lot easier for Joey to rewire and for Gary to fix all of the HVAC issues. So I need you to drop this ceiling for Gary, okay? He needs to know if he can move that heat run over. Right now, he can't. He has an air return there, an air return there, but I have to fix that floor joist, right? Okay. Because of what they did here. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of a notch.
So, yeah, they notched this out just to feed the air return that was right beside it. Major no-no. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to scab onto this, which all of a sudden shrinks this cavity for air, air circulation. They can't use that again. So what we're gonna do is tear down that ceiling so Gary can get a good look at where else he can run that heat run. We're also gonna pull up all the laminate flooring to check for signs of moisture. Once the basement is finished, we'll lay new carpeting, which is much warmer on the feet than laminate.
We came up on, actually, I guess it was Monday, and had a look around. And what I found is what appears to be a renovation here with the new exhaust vent, probably from the bathroom, and a new air exhaust, probably for a new bathroom as well. As you can see, with the edges of the flange exposed like this, any wind-driven rain would very easily penetrate through the side of this. 2 courses of shingles here should be over top of this flange. So what we're going to do is remove the surrounding shingles from both of these and install new flanges and a new exhaust hood and reshingle them both properly. Also, when I was here, I've had a look around the chimney. The step flashings have pretty much rusted right out. Certainly, the water is definitely penetrating here. This is all in very poor condition and should be completely replaced. Looking at the vents here, you can see that they've cut the shingles a little too tight. These shingles here have to be left 1 inch away from the sidewall and 1 inch away from the back of the vent here. What that does, that allows the water to come down and have room to flow around the vent and make its way down the roof. When it's tight like this, debris will get trapped in here and it will impede the flow of the water. What will happen here is its own weight from the water coming on from above will push it sideways across the top edge of this shingle. And there it is, it's in. It's a penetration, it's behind under the shingles now and possibly showing up as a leak inside.
So this is the old drain assembly that I pulled out from underneath the kitchen sink. A few things that I noticed are incorrect. First of all, the dishwasher, which was draining through here, was actually pushing water towards the compartment instead of towards the trap. Also, this TY fitting is actually in the wrong position. The water from this compartment will flow first in towards that area before it actually reverses and then goes back into the trap. Also, what I came across is, this is called a basket strainer. It's at the bottom of a kitchen sink. This thing was actually falling apart in my hands, so good timing that while I'm fixing this, I'm also changing all the components and making sure that there's not going to be any leaks down the road. Okay.
Nice size opening. I love it. That's going to change the whole look of the front of this house, Dom. Absolutely. Are you going to take this out soon?
This is coming out very soon.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure to get to it.
Because it actually looked to me like there was a sag in this beam, but Mike said, no, it's actually just the jamb of the window, and he's right, isn't he?
He's absolutely right.
Yep.
It wasn't, the wood window wasn't fastened properly to begin with. What they should have did is put a couple of screws, 3,
Right.
just to help it from blowing.
A little bit of glue, a little bit of screw.
And this would have never happened. Fine. Mike was absolutely right on this one.
Yep.
Okay.
Right on the corner. Okay. Okay. Beautiful window. Wow. What's the goal today? Getting rid of the hump, just getting your grade?
Yeah, I think we can gain 5 to 8 inches of slope away from the house.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's up. I mean, we're basically level coming out 20 feet off of the house.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got, you know, just all kinds of room for water to start heading in towards.
Absolutely. And what are we thinking for the front? We're just going to sod this in the end because I think that'll look the best.
A nice sod job, nice, clean, level, looks fantastic.
I totally agree with you.
When the downpipe was installed here, they made the connection here backwards. This lower portion of the pipe should be over the elbow. The water is just running down and carrying the debris and things and washing down the pipe. It's down the outside of the pipe. Nothing's going in. This is all debris and stuff that would have just been washed down the pipe, right, and caused the damage that you see on the wall. The pipe's almost completely collapsed inside. They probably squeezed it tight in order to put this down over top of it. It's not something any experienced installer would ever do. Garbage.
Usually on a roof rafter, what they do is they'll run the rafters long and they'll do what's called a level cut at the end. That is strictly for your fascia and to hold your trough on. Why? Let's imagine your eaves trough along this level right here. So your eaves trough is actually sitting like this. When water is racing off a steep slope like this, it's going to shoot right over top of that trough and it's not going to do its job. What we're going to do is level this piece out so it'll come down on a flat surface like this. Eaves trough will sit flat against that and water will be able to run right into the opening instead of over top of it the way it should have been done in the first place.
I mean, it's not just the heating, it's the electrical, it's the plumbing, it's the venting. So, I mean, I'm just really upset that the inspector didn't address any of these issues.
The big problem with the house now is I'm a little worried about possible water coming in the foundation from all the water that's coming out the eaves trough and the downspout at the foundation.
Whoa, what a busy day today. We have so much going on today, it's crazy, but we're getting so close to the end of the job, I have to get everyone in at once. I have the Bowen brothers here today doing the waterproofing on the side. John landscaping out front today, getting everything graded out. We have Joey here today. He's finishing up the electrical downstairs because what else do we have today? We have spray foam coming today. My guys working their butts off to get the fascia on so that Rob from Better Contracting can finish up. I'm running out of breath. Good day today. We're going to dig up the whole side of this house because when we were gutting the basement, we noticed small areas of moisture on the floor. We don't want to finish the basement without making sure that the foundation is properly sealed and no water can get back in.
Someone notched this beam out and just completely compromised it. And it's only one out of the whole puzzle, but you know, it's a key piece. What we've done is now we've taken a full length of lumber, the longest we can go in here. We've sistered up to it, which is going to re-strengthen that piece of lumber, put it back into the puzzle and make the whole floor strong again up there.
So I'm looking at this piece of ABS drain that was installed by a previous contractor, and honestly it just scratches my head because it takes a little bit of a creativity to actually come up with this. This is the right way of doing it, and this is the creative way of doing it. It's beyond my imagination what people are going through to actually accomplish this.
The problem with this boot was it was all rotted out. There must have been a lot of water getting into it, and it just rusted itself out. We had to custom make a boot because we couldn't get one to this size, so we just made a box and tied it all in.
So I think a couple of the reasons that you're getting the moisture inside is you see the tie rod holes from when they do the forming. You can see the cement has come out of those and there's not much of the cork left. That's what they originally put in it. And we got a lot of spalling up at the top, just below the window.
Well, you know why? Because they had the stone there, and it was just allowing the water to sit back there. So I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And what about the weeper here?
The weeper's in good shape. I mean, we just power washed the walls.
Yeah.
It took quite a bit of volume of water.
Yeah.
We're going to remove this weeping tile. We're going to install the one with the filter sock on it.
for sure.
And we're going to put more gravel. They only had a few inches of gravel covering this weeper. We're going to put a foot.
All of the framing, HVAC, and electrical is done in the basement, and that means we can spray foam all the exterior walls. Everything we've done combined with the new carpeting will make this a really warm area.
It's going to be really great to be able to use the actual basement space. I mean, in the winter, it was freezing cold, and in the summer, it was very uncomfortable and hot to be down here. So it'll be really nice to take advantage of this nice space that we have.
Amazing. How do you like the outdoor carpet?
I love the grass.
Love the grass.
Putt off of here.
What a difference it makes just grading this down so everything runs downhill, eh? Because if you remember, this was all built up right here. We even thought there was a stump here, but there wasn't. Does it look new or what?
It looks
beautiful.
amazing.
Come on up front. Just a little stone bed in front enhances the window. Now that it opens up, and I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful thermal window. So what we're gonna have is great for winter and summer, holding the cool in the summer, holding that heat inside the house in the winter. And it looks really good. Proper ledge, that works for me. That's what I wanna see.
I had a double take for a second. I was like, is this our house? Wow, I mean, the grass, the sodding that's been put in, it looks amazing, and it's properly now the water is going away from the house as it should be. That spectacular window that the crew put in is, I mean, breathtaking, and it just, you can tell that a lot of quality workmanship and an effort has been put in to make our house right.
It just makes the house pop more. It makes it look more modern and more up to date. And it's nice because I think as people and our neighbors drive by, they're going to take a stop in front of our house, and we're very thankful for that.
If you notice, it's all new soffit and fascia. Now, do you see anything different? Come here for a sec, right here. You see anything different? Look down. What do you see?
The actual eaves trough is actually parallel with...
So we took all your fascias and straightened them. So this way, we don't have the roof coming into a slanted fascia going right over the east trough. You bring it up like this, now it goes into the east trough. So that's new downspouts, new east troughs, new fascia, new soffit. And the good thing about it, it has the smart screen on top. So the trees that are in your neighbor's area in the front is not good. You'll no longer have to clean your downspouts.
Wow.
Great.
Or have a clogged downspout in the back. You remember that?
That's right.
We had some earth growing in there, some trees.
That's right, yeah.
And it wasn't going down, it was pouring over, so it was blocked. Fixed the roof, we had leaks on the roof. We installed new flashing around the chimney, new roof vents, flashing around the plumbing stack. So all those areas where the roof was leaking, it's been taken care of. Come on around back, I want to show you more stuff. If you've noticed, the underside here was also done.
Oh, you did this.
Wow.
And we had to. And I'll explain, because this was white. Since we changed everything else, this stood out like a sore thumb. It was like,
Wow.
Damon made the call and says, please change it.
Great.
Oh, thank you.
So that's an
Damon.
extra,
Wow.
extra 10 grand in your I'll bill you later. Come on. If you've noticed, your fence was removed. So let me explain why. I heard you say downstairs, my feet are cold on the floor.
Freezing.
So I said, Damon, pull the floor. We're going to do a carpet. When he pulled the flooring up, he noticed a pool of water underneath it.
Wow.
Which then pushed him to remove the wall downstairs, which showed indications that your foundation was leaking.
Oh my goodness.
Our guys came in, dug it all up, did all new foundation coating, and put it all back with new grass.
Wow. I've been watering the flowers at the side of the house for 2 years now, not knowing that I was putting water on my foundation. And the fact that Damon and Mike identified that problem and have repaired it, I mean, I have nothing. I'm so grateful for them for doing that.
All new flashing around your upper windows after we had Brian and his guys remove the asbestos and the caulking and go up into the attic and pull out all the mold, which was a pain in the butt, but that's all clean now in the attic. Brand new windows down at the bottom.
Oh, beautiful.
Absolute brand new windows and new siding in between it. Ready to see the inside?
Definitely.
Yes. Oh my
Look how much better
goodness.
that looks.
Wow. It looks amazing.
Did all the trim around the windows. So what we did was try and match the age of the home.
It just opens up this room so much. Wow, it's
It does.
beautiful.
That looks bigger, doesn't it?
It does.
It's almost ceiling to floor windows now.
Or you can say, thank you, Dominic.
Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike and Damon and the crew.
All right, come on this way.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Wow.
Look at this.
Wow, I love the color. I love everything. Oh
I
my,
love the little things, man, I tell you.
oh my goodness.
Opening it up makes a big difference. This was Damon's call, putting in the banister. I was very happy.
Great
I had
call.
him punch holes in the walls, making sure everything was fine here. And we gutted all this.
Wow.
So now it's been blue wood, spray foam, mold-resistant drywall, all put back up, all new trim around your brand new windows, as well as new electrical.
Wow.
We cut your cast stack there. We put in all new pieces there because you were leaking. It was an issue. We addressed that. Neatened up all of your electrical. We actually did a lot of electrical in your house. Now that we've fixed up all your air return, not just in the basement, but upstairs as well, we're gonna have that proper cycle throughout the house. We keep that heat in by fixing your insulation in the attic. And then from there, letting the attic breathe, we're now gonna keep that wonderful hot air in the winter inside the home.
Great.
You notice it's nice and cool in here, too.
Yes, it is.
We tested it.
I'm speechless. It's beautiful. I mean, it's not only cosmetically beautiful. I mean, I love everything that the crew and Mike and Damon have done with the house, but I actually feel that it's a sound home. You know, the temperature issue has been resolved. There was a water leakage issue that we didn't know about. That's been resolved. The mold in the attic has been resolved. I mean, this is stuff that Tony and I could never have tackled on our own. And I mean, we're just so thankful for everything that Mike and Damon and his crew have done. I'm at a loss for words. I'm the kind of person that just talks so much, and now I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you to them, and thank you so much for doing this for us. And I'm so happy with what we see in front of us right now.
Thank you so much, guys.
I'm
grateful and thankful
Yeah,
for all the work.
I'm speechless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a second. Let's do this right. Italian, come
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, hey.
Thank you so much,
No worries.
David. Thank you so much.
I'm not kissing you. No. To the team, to the family, love you, man. Cheers.
Salute. I like that.
Good. Solved the leaks in the roof.
All the Lou freaks are
All the Lou freaks?
That was funny.
Wow, you got a lot of quesadillas out here. What do you call those things?
Cicadas or cicadas?
They make noise everywhere.
We had the inspector referred from the real estate agent.
He didn't say nothing about that?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Really? This is highly dangerous, folks. Can it kill you? Well, yes. Absolutely yes.
I'm just tired. I can't take anymore.
Terry and Anna looking for that perfect home for their kids. They get a home inspector. Good. Home inspector gives it above average. Everything's good. Just a couple minor things. Don't worry. Problems start happening as soon as they move in. I'm going to show what's wrong, what we need to do to fix it, and how I'm going to make it right.
Where we were was a smaller home, and it was getting a little tight. As the kids got older, they were screaming for more space, and so were we, and we were just kind of like exploding at the seams. My husband was really giving me the little nudge that it's time to stretch our wings a little further and get something a little bigger. So we started looking for a home.
We looked at almost 200 homes. We focused on a nice quiet area, close to schools, and a larger bungalow with, large open space.
We bypassed this house the first time.
And once we took a second look, we're like, I think this is...
Why did we bypass this house?
Why did we bypass this house?
Like, why did we walk away?
I liked actually the front porch. I think it's got great curb appeal. The neighborhood is well maintained. And then once we went inside, the open living dining room was so much larger than any typical two-story home that we saw. And then when we walked down into the basement, we're like, wow, it's open floor plan.
I'm loving the openness of the basement and it being ready for us to be able to not have to do immediate work.
We had the inspector referred from the real estate agent. The day of the inspection, he was here a good 2.5 hours.
How you doing?
Oh my God.
I take it you're not Anna.
No.
What's your name?
I mean, some of the things that he did point out, we did right away. Maintain the furnace, clean the air conditioner. We did all that.
You must be Anna.
Hi, Mike.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you, Terry.
Hi, Mike. I'm Terry.
Pleasure
nice to meet you. You too. But then there's other things that he completely missed that were like, okay, why didn't he point these things out?
So this did not have a problem when you moved in?
No.
No. But during the inspection, my wife knocked on a few on the stairs. She noticed they were hollow and told the inspector that.
He said not
He said not to worry.
Wow, that means you had the wrong inspector. Now, this is in really rough shape, isn't it? Really rough shape. Is that an outdoor tile?
No.
Now we know it's not.
It's an indoor. Problem with this is it really, it's probably very slippery when it's raining.
Yeah,
well, that was the first thing we noticed.
As a home inspector, I would have preferred that this person had said to you, okay, you know what, they tiled it. Right? It looks good, but in most cases, it's tiled to cover up a problem. So let's move that. Usually not good. Look, as it's just deteriorating. So did the home inspector say anything to you of whether or not this is going to last, this is okay? All he said was it's fine.
It's
yeah,
fine.
he didn't even write anything in the report.
Nothing.
Nothing.
For me, it's unacceptable. Is this going to be a big job? The answer is absolutely yes.
He gave the home an excellent rating, I think 8 or 9 on the report. Can't get any better than that.
Can I get in here?
Yeah, you can open, just push.
Yeah.
I have a whirly bird in the back of the house, and I have a whirly bird at the front and the back of the roof. Both will compete with the roof fence. That whirly bird picks up speed. It starts to pull the air out of the attic. That's what they're designed for.
Yes.
Right beside it is what?
A vent.
A roof vent. So it's going to pull air through the vent.
Right up.
You understand?
Yes, I get it.
It's so close, it's going to pull a path of least resistance.
Yes.
It's going to pull in.
Which is why we have
moisture
moisture in there.
It's not supposed to pull in, it's supposed to exhaust.
Yes.
So you have a whirlybird that's competing with your roof vent.
Yes.
Right there. Without proper ventilation in your attic, you're just asking for mold. Okay, I'm gonna be looking at that. I see all kinds of electrical added around your house. I see a receptacle, I see a light, I saw a plug out front of the front porch off the light. Wrong, the way they did it. You're on old fuses.
Yes.
Yes.
He said it's overloaded.
Oh my God, yes.
And he said it's okay, you don't need to do anything right now.
Right now, no.
The kettle for coffee in the morning is a must. And, toast, to get the kids started. As soon as I put those two in together, pop. And the lights go off and everything goes down. We're just trying to get settled in. I was in a frenzy. The previous owners left a bucket of fuses. I'm thinking, okay, this is probably why. And then I just started pulling all the fuses and changing them.
When you can't run 2 small appliances at the same time and the whole basement goes out, then there's something wrong.
We're learning to adapt more downstairs.
But it's a waste for us. I mean, all the upgrades are upstairs. So why wouldn't we live there? And we can't because there's things that don't work.
Did you sign off on the report? Were you happy at the end?
The moment that he finished his inspection, we all sat at the patio table with my agent, with the previous owners, with my wife's parents, me and my wife and the inspector, with the binder, and said, here, sign here, it's a great home.
So they're pushing you?
Well, yeah, my kids saw the house too, and before we even offered.
So excitement overcame everything
Yes,
else.
absolutely.
All right, so we learn as we go, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I want to see the inside. I really want to see the inside. You didn't say nothing about that?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Really? This is highly dangerous, folks. Two reasons.
Water
okay?
and electricity.
You're coming out of the shower, you're all wet, you don't realize it, boom, you hit the bed.
I've almost done
Do you
that
know
a
what
couple
happens if the elements inside there stick in your head and you're wet, your feet are wet?
You die.
You're dead. There's no playing with them. It stops your heart. Okay. No. Big no.
Big no.
Okay, we've stepped down again, which means they've dug down into the basement floor, right?
Yes.
Okay. When you look at it, it's like somebody just said, I'm gonna make a shower under the stairs because I have the space. Odds are it's wrong. Odds are there's no air behind water here. Odds are.
Well, we've started to notice now there's a stench in the bathroom on the other side.
I want to see that, but let's just continue out. You know, receptacle. We know these things don't belong together. So, do me a favor, don't use the shower anymore until I do something about it, okay?
So that water heater was replaced.
Yeah. And
The piping was replaced.
But look what they've done here. Come here. Okay, what the hell is this?
That's dinner. I laugh, but no, it's not.
This is not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Okay, what can come back in your house?
Gases.
gases.
Can it kill you?
Well, yes.
Absolutely yes. This is hugely wrong. Huge. This is big, big, big. This is not small. This is one of the biggest things I've seen yet. This was not properly sealed off. You're lucky carbon monoxide didn't poison your home. Just because it goes in here doesn't mean it can't come out here. This is totally illegal, totally dangerous, and unacceptable. You have kids, not to mention you. I'm not happy about this.
I still can't seem to get a simple issue fixed, and there's 5 more issues at hand. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling at my wit's end and a little exhausted.
I've seen enough. I'm gonna go through your place with a fine-tooth comb. So relax.
No problem.
Give me a hug. We're gonna relax.
Thank you.
Breathe.
I'm not letting go.
I was the one that really pushed the issue to come to move because our kids needed a bigger space, and I feel bad.
I can't take anymore. The issues have become so much that I want to go. I just want to go.
We have a special delivery. This is actually not from me. This is from your husband.
There you go, honey. Happy anniversary. 20 years of marital bliss.
Now, smell the roses.
I'm going to smell the roses. Because, Mike, you're going to make it right, right?
Don't you worry. I'll make it
Thank
right.
you.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
It's what I'm used to seeing. It's a cover-up, and it needs to take someone with a keen eye to notice it, like Anna. Now, maybe if the home inspector had have walked in here after Anna said, isn't that hollow? Then maybe he goes, yeah, well, you know what? It might not be bonded good. And you grab the rail and you do this. Like, you think that's just gonna crack now? It's not like this just froze later. This has been deteriorating. I'll do it lightly. I don't have to do it hard. But now we gotta look at the possibilities of what the home inspector really should have said to the homeowners is, if this gets wet, you're gonna slip and break your neck. Should you put it on your front porch? No, especially near stairs. It should be non-slip no matter what you use. Hollow tile, Anna caught it. Home inspector, don't worry about it. Come on, come on. All right, let's go to the basement. Oh, Jesus. I was wondering where the panel was. Okay, the home inspector said in the report, the panel's overfused. Panel is in the cupboards. Is it allowed in the cupboards? No. Was that in the report? No wonder I didn't see the panel. Where's the panel? I see it by accident. Wow, those fuses are hot. If I can feel it with my hand, I don't even need my IR camera. The homeowner said that if they plug in more than one item in the kitchen, they blow a fuse. Well, no wonder the panel's overloaded. Inspector was right on that. But why would he tell them verbally, it's all right, you don't have to jump on it right now? Is that safe? Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in there. That's an extension cord. No, that's not allowed. There's been a lot of amateurish work in this house. It's very clear. I wouldn't say as an inspector to the homeowners, don't buy the house, there's too many problems. What you're supposed to say to them is, hey, look, you got electrical problems. There's no doubt, it's very clear. I'm not a licensed electrician, this is what you say. But you might want to bring one in. I'm gonna expect there's a lot of electrical defects. You know, new panel, you might want to upgrade to 200 amps, you got a lot in the house. If you tell the homeowners this, there's not a surprise. They have good advice to deal with the people they're gonna buy the house from. And if, even if the people say that, no, we want this amount, that's all there is to it, now it's up to you. Do you want the house? Are you willing to pay the price? That's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. What's wrong with this picture? There's a T. Does that look right? Water comes down this drain, boom, let's go uphill. Water comes down this drain, goes uphill. It just fights each other. Wrong connection. Oh, look, we have 2 traps, not just one, we have 2 traps. Why do we have 2 traps? So the dishwasher's running. It's running into the line. This is just a joke. It runs into this line here. Now you're doing you're doing the dishes here, or you're playing in the sink, or you're washing tomatoes. I don't care what you're doing. Now you got water fighting in here. It's coming down this trap's coming in this one. There's nowhere behind water, so it's actually just going bloop, bloop, down the drain. Did the inspector pick this up? Come on, come on. This is kid stuff. You don't have to be a genius to see this. So now I look and I say, okay, I got a lot of plumbing. I got a lot of electrical. I got a front porch that I got to smash apart. Because I like the people. That's why. Oh, and everyone else did it wrong. And someone missed it. All right, one thing's for sure. This is nowhere near enough insulation. Somebody has moved all the bad insulation around. Okay, our sheeting appears to be 3/8 of an inch. And it is black. It is so black. And that's not dirt. That's mold. I get to come in here, make sure all the venting's right. Before that, we gotta get guys in here to pull out all this mold. It should just, like, I don't know if I should start from the outside and pull the roof. I've seen enough of this place. You know, I've got probably thousands of dollars in tools. Let's see, IR cameras, snake cameras, pole cameras, you name it, I have it. But in this case, all the inspector needed was a camera, a flashlight, and a pair of eyes. So it was right in front of his face.
The things that the inspector told us to do, we did instantly.
Electrical, definite. Plumbing, definite.
All right.
HVAC, definite.
This home should have been more about decorating it to our tastes
And that's what we had
versus
thought.
making it safe. Well, it's turned the opposite.
Here we go again. Well, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna pull, obviously, the rails off.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it right now. Just grab one of our hammers, our jackhammers,
Yeah.
and shim the top off, because here's where I think they built it up from, right here.
Yeah, it sure looks like it.
Right there. See just how bad it is underneath? Because we have options here. If I can repair the stairs, I'll repair them, but we need to get down to the base to see
what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And from there, you know, do we pull them? Do I pour concrete?
Right.
Do I do landscaping?
All right, so let me chip off a couple and we'll take a better look at them.
Well, let me guess, because I've already walked through the place, and I'm going to assume you really like it.
The majority of it is wrong.
So you think it's safe?
No. My words to the homeowner would have been either you run or you take at least $30,000 off the cost of the price of the home.
15,000, 18,000 to rewire, and then the other money to fix all the repairs.
To patch and paint, exactly.
Yeah, but you can't just, you know, I'm going to have to pull all of this because I can't patch this.
You can't patch it, exactly.
Okay, let's do what's safe and right for the homeowners. I can see definitely we're gonna have to do a total rewire. I'll drop all the ceilings down here to allow you to fish and run upstairs. You're probably gonna do
Most of the
some
damage will be down here. Because we have full range of the attic, we can get the majority of everything. We find a chaseway right up and just drop everything from the attic.
Okay, I'll take all the ceiling down. That way you can just rewire the whole thing and we'll make it right.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, buddy. Look at that. That was a matter of time.
It's just a hell of an undermine. All the earth has just dropped down underneath it. What don't we see?
What don't we see here?
It's not solid, no rebar.
Yeah.
You can see the cinder block on the side, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
So they cinder blocked the step.
Right.
I think they got a bunch of earth.
Yeah. You're right.
Filled it in,
Yeah.
formed the earth, and then just literally put a muck load of concrete over
Yeah.
and then troweled steps. That's exactly what they did.
You're right.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull the stairs and do a landscape, wonderful, nice, wonderful round, do a nice little
Yeah.
retaining wall up, boom, put the rails back. So, pull the rails, pull the stairs. Martin.
What did you find?
Oh, all kinds of problems. Did you bang your head in the shower?
You know what? I almost took that light bulb out.
With your shoulder, you mean?
Yeah.
Never mind your head.
No, never mind my head, exactly, yeah. Where do you begin?
So I can only guess. You just, like, laughed?
You know what? I'm still laughing. I've been here for a while. I've looked around, and everything in this house that's been touched and renovated, it's been screwed up.
Kitchen downstairs.
Disaster.
Shower downstairs.
Disaster.
Laundry room.
Yeah, disaster.
Okay, so we got a disaster on our hands.
Yeah. 2 traps. Sometimes I would love to know what those guys are thinking, what goes through their mind when they're creating this. I would like to hear their explanation. What's the logic behind, right? That's all. That's all. I looked at the report from the home inspector. No deficiencies reported at all, right?
So just the hot water tank. That's
Just
what
a
I
hot
saw.
water tank, yeah.
That's what
yeah.
I saw.
And to be honest, my quick summary of that, I spent 30 seconds looking at that and I said it's bullshit. Not only we had issues, visible issues by just looking at the arrangement inside the cabinet, but also underground it's very questionable and I do not feel comfortable leaving it, to be honest. 2 systems that we deal with is a storm and sanitary. Sanitary drain is designated for all the waste that is being discharged out of the house. Storm drain system is responsible for storm water, rainwater, snow, water that is not contaminated. Storm systems usually dump water in ponds and reservoirs that are accessible to everybody. Therefore, they cannot be contaminated by waste or kitchen lines that are draining. This entire kitchen is a total mess from not only a drain perspective, but also a venting aspect and a possible storm and a sanitary cross connection. Hey, Martin. Hey, Damon. I'm running a camera through this floor drain. I know that the kitchen is ahead of us.
Yep.
So if the kitchen was connected properly to the sanitary line, I would see a connection coming at the side.
And you don't see it.
And I don't see it, which is not the news that you want to hear, to be honest.
No.
But whatever was done previously by the other contractor was done illegally.
That kitchen's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot allow to have this connected like that.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
Okay?
Thank you, I think.
No problem.
So guys, we're gonna start with the ceilings. We're gonna go from there. The electrical in this house is old and was done really bad. So we're gonna take down this ceiling to make life a lot easier for Joe when he replaces the lines. Now it's also gonna give us a chance to better inspect the gas lines and the ductwork. The kitchen has to go because we need to dig up this floor to fix the plumbing and get in behind the wall to provide venting. So boys, start taking this washroom apart, okay? I've already had Martin take away all the fixtures. The water's shut off in there. Just start very carefully taking it out, okay? Watch your faces, wear your mask, glasses, okay?
During our inspection, we were looking at our venting for our hot water tank. Now, it's going up to our chimney. The only issue is it's completely open here. You can have carbon monoxide coming back inside the house. Right beside the furnace, return air getting sucked into the furnace, getting blown out throughout the house. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. With everything getting done, we're trying to make the house safe by fixing these type of problems. So on this job, everything got opened up. It's typical here. A lot of ducts, got a lot of air leakage in it. Returns all opened, losing a lot of return air getting drawn back to the furnace system. What I don't like about this one right here is we have a gas line going through the return. You never want to have a gas line going through a return. You get a leak in the gas line, especially through a return, you're going to get that air distributed back throughout the whole house, let alone going back to the furnace. It's potential for an explosion. So for me, it's a relocate of the gas pipe here. Getting it up to code, keeping it compliant. We're sealing up the duct, adding some returns to the basement, so better circulation, try to get more heat, more cooling throughout the whole house. In the end, the homeowner will be happy. They'll be comfortable, they'll be warm, they'll be cool, they'll be safe. That's the main thing.
Well, today we are removing all the mold in the attic. Brian's got a big day ahead of him. Level 3 doesn't mean that mold is more dangerous. It just means it's spread. Square footage-wise, it's starting to grow out from the spot we originally located it.
It's not like asbestos where you go level 3 or type 3, it becomes more dangerous.
Right.
Level 3 it just basically means the size has grown more. As soon as you get above, I would say about 100 square feet, it turns into a level 3 mold removal. This one, we're going to take wire wheels.
Yeah.
We're going to take the wire wheels to the wood. We're going to scrub it down. After we scrub it down, basically we're going to wipe it. We're going to wipe it down, wash it.
I'm going to have to remove the plywood because, first of all, you're taking a wire brush to that. That's 3/8 plywood. That brings me down to a 1/4 inch plywood. And I could not walk away from this job site thinking a roofer will walk up there one day. So everything you guys were remediating, we're going to have to rip it all off, and I'm going to have to resheet that roof. Just explain to me why you guys have to remediate something that I'm just going to rip up and throw in the bin anyway. I'm outside. I'm breathing a lot of fresh air.
Mold-infested plywood still can spread to a person who's 1 or 2 feet away from it, removing it themselves. You have to get the mold off first, then you can remove the plywood off the roof.
So it's all about the safety of my guys ripping it off because we don't want them dragging it home. We don't want them getting sick. Well, the roof looks in pretty good shape up here, eh, Stevie?
The roof itself, the shingles themselves aren't that old.
Yeah.
It was done quite recently. If you look at even the plastic roof vents, they haven't faded all that much.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that this roof's more than like 2 years old.
It's a shame to rip it up, but just because of the amount of mold in this section and the back section, I mean, they had to shave off at least 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
So we're going from,
3/8
to a 1/4 inch plywood. So just get your guys to be careful up here, buddy.
The other things that we see on the roof here, the venting work is incorrect too. You've got roof vents on roof vents. You've got whirly-birds mixed with traditional vents, but it's only pulling air from the closest opening.
Right.
So all you're circulating in this area is this little section here.
So I take it we're eliminating both whirly-birds then?
Yeah, we eliminate those, put in traditional vents.
Yeah.
There's lots of venting here in terms of exhaust, like roof vents, but we want to make sure that soffits are open so we actually get circulation air movement. The problem is without circulation from the lower side, all you're doing is venting the top portion of this roof. You get condensation building on the bottom side of the plywood, literally soaking the bottom side, and then on the cold side freezing, and then all winter you'd have like a sheet of ice on the bottom side of the deck.
Absolutely.
And then over the years you get mold.
So as soon as we get this all off, we'll start sheeting it and get you guys back in here, okay?
Perfect.
Can I lose these bloody walls? Joey's got to do electrical. He's going to make damage on all this wainscoting right around this whole perimeter, but it's actually going to take me more time to fix these walls than to redo them.
Got to pull the carpet, pull the floor, do the bathroom, put the panel on the inner side.
Yep.
Here we go. Insulation anywhere else.
It's been very stressful, and I see my parents like that, and I'm like, I hate seeing them like that. I see my mom so upset all the time.
Because they have to do all this stuff to the new house, like the stuff they don't like.
This isn't a home. It's a disaster.
Hey, Colin, thanks for coming in, bud.
Yeah, no problem.
So a really small one, actually. What we're doing is a set of landscaping stairs coming right off of this deck here, and we have exposed brick. Basically, what I want to do is just do a waterproofing on that. I would hate to put a big set of landscaping stairs and not have the back waterproofed, you know what I mean?
It looks pretty straightforward. We're going to dig it down to the footing, and then what we'll do is we'll fill all this in with the solid masonry. We'll use hydraulic cement, and then we'll wrap the waterproofing around just to make sure no moisture ever gets in there. If it freezes up, it'll start popping that brick.
Exactly.
So we'll get a seal right through there, and that'll be all right. What
what we've done is, after we excavated everything and got the wall cleaned down, any cavities that we found in the wall that were bigger than 1/4 of an inch, we had to fill in with hydraulic cement. So they're just doing the final bit of prep work. We're gonna coat the wall with the liquid membrane. We're gonna press a fiberglass mesh into the coating, second coat over top, plastic, and then the drainage board over top.
Now that the mold is remediated from the attic and the shingles are off, we can start to replace the sheathing. Now the venting in the attic will be fixed so mold won't grow again. And for attic protection, we're going to use sheets of mold-resistant blue wood. What a day. We got it done, though. We're about 99% done. Steve's now able to come up here, get the shingles back on, waterproof this sucker, get my guys back downstairs in the basement. So the plumbing in this basement was a complete mess. The kitchen sink was connected to the storm line, which is against code, and the shower was a disaster. To fix this, we need to dig up the floor, reroute the plumbing for the kitchen so that it drains to the sewage line. This city does not allow kitchens in the basement, so we're going to give this family a sink and bar area for entertaining where the kitchen once was. While we're at it, we'll lose the plumbing for the shower under the stairs and put a shower where it belongs, in the washroom. Martin?
Hey, Damon.
You got a sec, buddy? I'm going to actually give you a layout for your shower, your toilet, and your sink, okay, buddy?
Not a problem. Just to fill you in on details, this is the shower drain that comes from the other side.
Yeah?
Well, what they've done is they just actually broke the piece of pipe and shoved this ABS right into it and poured concrete all around. So this drain just literally terminates, and whatever was able to get into this main line was able to escape. So any water that was escaping from the shower or was draining from the shower, part of it was draining through the line. The other part was actually going right into the soil.
That makes so much sense because every time they flush this toilet, they got a smell in that shower.
Yeah, that would explain it.
That all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously not vented properly, and this handyman's job would explain everything, yeah.
Okay, so what's your idea here, bud?
My idea is, considering that we do have a limited width to play with, and I do have this thing all open, what I want to do is I want to move this stack, including this vent, to the other side.
You are such a smart man. I love you.
This is all going to be cleaned up. Obviously, all this copper is going to be removed. And obviously, all this drain that's been dug up is going to be all upgraded to new PVC and ABS. I've decided to get rid of everything, start fresh, start from scratch. So I'm doing my PVC line, which will be the main line that will lead to the stack, which is right behind me. Before, that kitchen line was draining incorrectly into the storm system. This is the sanitary line. This is the right way to do this.
Hey guys, power's going out! We got about 99% of the top floor done today. It was a great day. We rewired almost everything in the kitchen. So I'll remove the old panel. I gotta redo all the pipe work outside, send in new wires, tie in everything from upstairs, power it up, and then get at it down here in the basement. Used to be a kitchen on the opposite side of this wall. Panel was located inside the cabinet. Very hard to get to it. So to make everything easier, we're gonna put it on this side. It's a better location, and we can put the kitchen back there and have no issues with the panel being there and being so close to the sink.
So you got a set of plans here for a set of landscaping stairs. Hey, let's take a look at it, bud. Oh, Johnny, I like that.
For the steps, we're actually going to be doing a landscape step.
We're gonna have to put a footing for this landscaping stair. Obviously,
Yes.
you need a footing for it. What I'll do is I'll pour a 3-inch pad, and I'll probably have to do 3 pillars. I'll go down 4 feet and just pillar it like that, and that'll be our pad. But we got rain coming. I just talked to Carl at the other job. It's pouring over there, and he's 15 minutes away. Let's get this dug and the concrete in ASAP. MJ and Adam, if you guys could be on the augers, remember, 1 in each corner. I want you off a foot off the foundation wall. Now this is one giant pad that we're doing here, but this is what you got to do to make sure that when we do our landscaping steps, it's not going to shift with our frost. So what we want to do is we want to get our elevations right so that when John finishes with his product, it's going to be flush to the driveway. That's why we're working really hard at making sure we're at the right levels here. Getting it right down to the level, getting our gravel in for weepage, getting our styrofoam down for movement, and then getting our concrete down. Can we make it just a little wetter?
Yeah, I just added some water on top.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's it. I'm getting new boots now. It's a lot of work to get this done, but at the end of the day, I'm not coming back to fix it. It's a one-shot deal, and in 50 years, good luck to the guy who's got to take it out.
Hi. Here. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Now, you know this relationship is over the minute you poop on me.
He pooed on Carl.
Good bird. Good bird.
Thanks, Dana.
Knowing the things I know now, me, I would still buy the house. I love this house. Her, I'm not so sure.
That's my boys getting the concrete in, eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, inspection is passed, which means I can close up this floor, which means I can start doing my tiles in the bathroom. It means I can get the kitchen area done. It means I can get my cabinets in drywall spray foam. It means everything after this, it's not gravy, but we're getting there.
Every part of what we're doing in here is all part of the Schluter system and just equals a 100% waterproof, watertight shower. In order to achieve that, we've got our Curdy board, which is wrapped with our Curdy membrane, which gives us waterproofing. Then we have to wrap all our seams with the Curdy band, which will then waterproof all that. On top of that, we're going to tile, and that allows us to rely on not only the tile and the grout, which most people do for waterproofing, but then we've got a secondary membrane behind, which is this, which is 100% watertight. It will not have the problems with mold, with rot, with water leaking that most people get. The back wall here we've left out, just waiting on spray foam.
Now, when we took the drywall down, we realized really quickly that this basement was insulated very poorly. By spray foaming all the walls, this family will not only notice the difference in temperature, but they should see a substantial savings on their gas and hydro bill. Very nice, man. There's only 2 more doors to go.
I better get on them. This is what I like. We're down to the end now. This is, you know, the finicky stuff. It's not just slapping drywall up or slapping framing in or demo. This is the nice stuff, and this is where whatever you've done, this is where it'll show through. This is what the people will actually see.
What we're doing here is they had tile originally. It was way too slick for them to be walking on, especially outside. We decided to go with a flagstone. Surface is a bit more porous. It's got better grip, especially in the wet. I think the homeowner's gonna love this. This is gonna be something else. So we started off here with our concrete pad, and we're building our staircase off of that. It's going to be a landscape staircase. We're going to do a curved facing. Base is number one, 100%. If you have a solid base and it's built right, I'd even go as far as say 80% of what we do in an actual job has to do with the foundations of everything that we build. And the last 20% is just capping it off with whatever material you're going to be using. Nothing's going to heave here with the concrete. This isn't going anywhere.
So that's the Caesar stone countertop, the new one that you were showing me.
Yeah, one of the new colors.
Yeah.
There's two types that we have. One is the contemporary look, the very bland,
right.
I'll say monochromatic, and now this one's the big chunky look. It's
right.
got the big granules.
You can tell it's stone. It actually just jumps right out at you, right?
So basically it's 93% quartz, 7% resin and colorant. You don't need a sealer. Any stains you get on it are simply on the surface. You can always clean them up.
Because that's what you want to use. You don't want anything that's going to absorb, first of all, bacteria that's going to make you sick, and second of all, stain it. You want it to look good for the rest of its life.
Certified for use in food preparation areas because it's non-porosity. And on top of that, it's also kosher certified.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
That is kosher certified.
Yep. Oh, it'll be beautiful.
Nice job, man. Thank you very much. Pegger, that's a nice color, right, bud? Sometimes it's a home run, sometimes it's a bunt. This time it's a home run, buddy.
Did I pick this color?
No, you didn't.
No. Good job.
We've been here a long time, buddy. It's time they came home.
Well, let's get them then.
All right, man.
Let's get them home.
Oh, God. Are you kidding me? This is gorgeous.
To have Mike Holmes come here and help us with these issues is it's beyond winning a lottery. It's like finally someone's shining a ray of light on us.
It's a rainy day.
Oh.
Should I get out of the way?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
we're not looking at you guys, sir. We're looking at the patio.
Oh my God, Mike! Oh my God!
Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow.
Well, this is when you do things right.
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
Now, here's the hard part. Not only did it take about 2 days to remove it all, especially the stone on the top, I had to waterproof the area since they dug down to put in the footings. We waterproofed the area.
Well, we poured a slab here, a footing slab. It's about 5 inches thick. It has rebar throughout. It has insulation below it. Plus, we have a pillar in each corner supporting the whole thing below the frost line.
Holy.
It is not going anywhere, believe me.
Oh my God!
So John was really good. He picked up the colors from your house, right? Because you have a lot of colors going on, right?
Oh my God!
So he wanted to blend it all in so it actually looks like it belonged to your house from day one.
Absolutely.
Oh, the stone
this
is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
This is beyond gorgeous.
Beautiful front porch. When I first walked up,
Beyond.
I mean, I didn't even notice Mike and Damon. I saw the front porch. I mean, I'm like, sorry guys, I'm like, you're not the star of the show anymore.
It couldn't have been more perfect.
We had our wonderful guys come in and pull off the mold. They actually brushed it off, so they used a steel brush. They cleaned it all off, and the roof was so thin that we decided to pull your roof, not your whole roof, but in the area that was affected. So we pulled all the sheathing, put down new sheathing, and new shingles.
Oh.
New vents, new everything. Let's go inside.
Yes.
And I'll show you the basement. You excited?
I am.
You're getting me excited.
Let's go.
Holy crap! Oh my God, that was gorgeous. Oh.
I think we got to the bottom, the second last step, and already we're like, wow, we didn't see it.
This is really our house. I'm going, no, this can't be. It's
color choice, the
beautiful.
trim work,
It's gorgeous.
We now have to go out and get new furniture because it looks so beautiful that everything else looks like, all the stuff we have looks like crap.
Everything was gutted. Your bathroom was gutted. Everything was gutted. From there, new gas lines, repair all the duct work, not just repair it, but make sure we seal it 100%. Now you're gonna have a proper airflow throughout the whole house. From there, we check with the government, and they will, in this area, will not allow a kitchen in your basement.
What?
So it's against code. Wow. In this area. Do you believe it?
No.
They're trying to change it, so we couldn't give you a kitchen. We did give you a bar area. So we're gonna look at it as an entertainment area.
Okay.
We had to break the floor right through into the new bathroom that is in here now.
Yes.
And make sure that we did all the plumbing properly. Let's see what's behind door number 1.
That used to be the shower.
That's the shower.
Now it's storage.
Oh, and you got the nice lights that you don't bang your head?
You can hit your head on that. Your whole house was rewired. Your whole house. You notice there's no panel there.
Yeah.
It's now on the other side. Go ahead. Damon was nice enough to make sure you had 2 new fans. You're gonna love the electrical because they're all on timers.
This is gorgeous.
Look at that, eh? Wow. Now, not only do you have surge protection on the whole house's electrical, cable, telephone, everything.
Wow.
We gotta love the people that come in and help us, help you.
We know that Mike and the team have put so much time and effort and hard work into everything, and we are just beyond grateful. There's no way to express our gratitude to everyone for the amount of things that everyone has done, not just Mike, but everyone.
The crew worked very hard.
Everyone. I'm over the moon.
So before I show you the bathroom, let's just take a look at your mechanical room because it's probably a good thing to do, please. It's cleaned up. You can see even the new gas lines that were running. He's repaired everything right over to the furnace. Nice and neat. Everything was fixed up. Minor plumbing, lots of electrical because the whole house was done electrical. You can see all the new lines that were run. Remember the exhaust line from the hot water machine? We fixed that as well.
I'm happy. I am so happy. Our house is now safe. We can sleep now knowing that it is done 200%.
Okay, you want to see the bathroom?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We didn't make it bigger, it's simple.
Oh God, are you kidding me? This is gorgeous.
Wow.
Who knew I like green?
I did not get, well,
I love green.
She loves green.
I love this. Oh my God. Absolutely gorgeous. There is no words, and it's huge. The shower is huge, so now my kids are going to fight over who's going to use the shower downstairs.
Oh my God.
What's new?
Everything? Oh my God.
Yeah, everything.
It looks so different. Yay!
That's a piece of work. Come on, that's art. We call this art. This is Joe. We're gonna get in the sign that is so clean, so unique, and you have surge protection on everything. Telephone, cable, panel.
So long.
You know what? It's going to the cold room. You know what? You were coming to work with me, my friend, for a couple of days.
So long.
I can actually say it's nice to be home, and I couldn't say that before. I'm happy to be at home. This is awesome. This is awesome.
You have a surprise for me. All right. This is not a cake, is it?
Yes, it is.
That's a cake?
That's a cake.
You gotta be kidding me. Everything here is edible.
Yes.
That is incredible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. I can eat this. Wow. That's the best caulking I've ever ate.